Come with me today as I explore the Phoenix Reptile Expo, the largest show in Arizona, April 22nd and 23rd at the Mesa Convention Center, put on by Drew and James. I drug Kelly out, and the check-in went well as it was manned by Drew and James' mom, kids, wife, and there's Drew's son and dad. I got my wristband and in I go, and there I am with a black leopard gecko. So let's see what else there is. I picked up some free superworms from Timberline, and now on to some of the reptile vendors. And there's the black leopard gecko I told you about from Geeky Gecko Creations. There's more of a normal phase looking leopard gecko. First, tell me what this is.
So this is a rare black knight leopard gecko.
Black knight leopard gecko.
Black knight leopard gecko.
That's the color phase.
Which pretty much describes exactly what they look like. They're black like the night. Some are going to be a little darker than others. Some you can see a little pattern through them, but I still think it's kind of cool when you can see the pattern through them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool with a very cool price. And as always, they have vendors with shirts, plant vendors, just about anything you could want. The place is packed with people, but you're still able to get in and see the animals that the different vendors have. And if you're a little bit patient, you have a chance to talk to them and learn a little bit more about whatever animal you're interested in. And if you wonder what this is, it's a shirt vendor. And it looks like they are into cats. Maybe dogs too. This would be animals from the reptile shop. And Predators, a local pet shop, also has a large booth with a wide variety of animals. There he's pointing where the Uromastyx are. And there's one of my Facebook friends. But the Reptile Expo is always exciting to see what they have. There were some Uromastyx.
What's up, dude?
Who doesn't belong back there?
Oh. Me. For sure. He should be back here with all the yellow lizards. I should be.
It's always great to come out to the Reptile Expo and renew acquaintances that people you haven't seen since the last Reptile Expo.
It's a single reverse stripe. This one's double.
Double.
That is very cool.
You don't see these things in the pet trade too much.
That is actually cool.
Maybe you need the skull of a saber-toothed tiger or whatever giant dinosaur this is.
Okay, Kelly Paul, what is this?
Triceratops? I don't know, I'm thinking.
He doesn't know.
I don't know.
It's big though.
Of course, I don't know either, but my grandson probably would know. He'd probably like some of the things from there. And if you need an aquarium, here's something I know about. Veiled chameleons. See at the top were males, and down at the bottom there were some females. But a spectacular lizard native to Yemen in Africa with wild populations in both Hawaii and Florida. Here's the Reptile Factory.
That's what I thought too.
Did you know that the giant day gecko shown here looks like the gecko gecko was the first reptile I ever bred? Of course, back then, they didn't even have crested geckos. They thought they were extinct. There's a tortoise hutch. And bad reptiles. Another shot, it looks like it, predators. They had several tables and a lot of animals. Does that striped thing look like a corn snake? There's something we know, ball python. Looks like a granite Burmese python. Who knows? I can tell this is a predator's table again. Unfortunately, a lot of time now we have to put up that netting to help protect the animals we're selling. Or I should say, prevent them from being stolen or taken from our table. There's a beautiful bearded dragon. Look at some of the color morphs. Quite a contrast. And who do we have now?
Hi, ma'am. Can you tell me what U.S. ARC is?
Sherry, I would love to tell you what USARC is. It is the United States Association for Reptile Keepers, and what we do is fight for your rights to keep reptiles in your homes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Without their help, some of these snakes we'd no longer be able to keep in many states. So, donate and support however you can so we can continue this great hobby. White throat monitor, 4,500?
So there's
We need something that doesn't take up a lot of room.
How's the expo going?
It's going good.
Maybe. We'll have to think about it. What is that? Oh, we don't
What are
need
these
another
things here?
tarantula.
They're June bug grubs.
The buggies, the grubs? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting that prices of some animals have gone way up, while others slowly drop. Even 700 for that green iguana is better than it was a few years ago. Looks like I'm now to Cameron Lamb Exotics. The variety of different tortoise species, just about every type you'd want. Well, maybe not all, but wide variety of selections with reasonable prices. And here's Cameron and his wife. Smile. Let's visit Eric and his monkey-tailed skink. This baby's only 4 months old. If you're familiar with the monkey-tailed skink from the Solomon Islands, you know they have live birth. Spectacular looking animal. And not many captive born babies around. But here it is at the Phoenix Reptile Expo. In the background was Pete Jasmine with Waterland Tubs. Great setups for both aquatics and a land tub. But one more look, monkey-tailed skink. But all your supplies, Zoomed, for all these different animals you want to take care of, there's a booth, LL Reptiles. There's an Amazon tree boa. I love those yellow snakes as hatchlings. That bright yellow will change as they mature and become adults. Here's some cool looking milk snakes. Such a variety of colors and variations of all the different reptiles. Just spectacular to see. Here's some tricolored hognose. Just a really cool snake, one that we didn't see in the reptile hobby many years ago. Santan reptiles. And if you want to ship your reptile home, Redline Shipping. They'll do it for you. Here's another vendor. And more snakes. The Phoenix Reptile Expo has a good variety of vendors that deal in snakes, lizards, and tortoises, plus vendors that deal in supplies and merchandise such as shirts and jewelry. So, whatever you need, chances are you'll find it at the Reptile Expo. It's actually quite amazing that for an April show, there's such a variety of different animals available. Typically, everything's laying eggs in the spring, and it isn't for another month or two before a lot of people have hatchlings and animals available. I guess I forgot to mention vendors that deal with artwork and feeder insects, and of course shipping, which is actually a pretty cool thing. Forgot to mention frogs too. But if you come from out of state, you can just buy something and have it shipped home. Do you need a colony of cockroaches? You can get it started for $25. A yellow tree monitor, $700. Plant vendors. No terrarium and setup is complete without some of the appropriate plants. Crested geckos, gargoyle geckos, spectacular variations, all different prices. So check different vendors, see where you can get the best deal. And there was a new pet shop. Ants, rhino iguana, monitor, another albino green iguana. And there's Drew. And there's a group of us, Kelly, me, Drew, and James. Vendors for supplies, logs for your terrariums, everything to get the perfect setup so that you can take care of whatever animal you get the best. Of course, it's great to talk to the vendors, especially some of the breeders, to learn exactly how they set up the animals and how they care for them. Lewisii hybrid. I need a female if anyone has one available. At a reasonable price, of course.
Alright, we're at Reptile Junction out in Apache Junction in Phoenix Valley of Arizona.
That's it.
That's it.
Got all sorts of stuff. Snakes, lizards.
green anaconda?
Purebred, none of that yellow hybrid stuff everyone's working with.
Wow.
Look
You
at
don't
that.
see those anymore.
Very rare. I got two massive ones at the shop that are puppy dog tame.
Wow. And you don't
Look
see them
at
tame.
that. Look
Oh,
at
she's
that.
not tame.
That's freaking amazing.
Lots of cool stuff. So
Little anaconda.
come to the show.
At the shop, we have some massive ones.
Yeah, if you missed the expo, all's not lost. A number of these different vendors are local, and a number of them have pet shops that you can go visit. Looks like I've made it to the tortoise compound. And while you might not be able to go visit there, call up Andrew. Check out the tortoise compound, and he'll ship you a tortoise wherever you're at. Great variety, number of different species. Looks like I've made it to the booth of Joey and Debbie McMorris. Let's see what they have available. Lots of cool stuff.
What do you have to say?
Hello, Jerry.
Hey guys.
Do you need a new hat? Well, there's one available. One of the cool things is you might have the chance to hold a snake or lizard. And I didn't really mention all the spiders. And I just kind of love the different color morphs, even that black-bearded dragon. And a tokay gecko. After I left, Kelly told me that he's looking for a tokay gecko to buy and never found one. So I texted him a photo of that one. Beautiful snake there. But I hope you've enjoyed this brief tour of the Phoenix Reptile Expo. See you in November.